Welcome back for another Discreet Dev Update. I'm here, as always, with lead developer Brandon Kerner. Brandon, how are you doing?
It's good to be back, Frey.
Terrific. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the testnet. How's that going?
It's been going great, Frey. As you know, on October 30th, we released the closed alpha testnet, and since then, over 1.2 million blocks have been minted, and hundreds of users have generated thousands of transactions. The network hasn't stopped for any reason, and it's still running as we speak.
That's great. That's great news. What else has been going on in the dev world?
As you know, we're 3 months into testnet, so what we're focusing on right now is making sure it stays up and it stays fast. A lot of what we've been doing is fixing bugs, as well as improving the user experience. One of the things that we're actually focused on right now is making the wallet a lot faster. So as you know, in the wallet, sometimes it can be a little bit slow to sync the blockchain and scan for funds. We want to get that down from a span of a few minutes to a span of some seconds. We're using Entity Framework Core and SQLite to manage the wallet data now, and we're doing a major refactor of the wallet as well.
So what are the implications of that switch?
The big thing is that we don't have any dependencies on a fully synced blockchain to sync against. This is going to make it easier for instance, when you're on mobile, syncing with an SPV node or running a light client. It's going to make things a lot simpler for that. Plus, because of the better format, it's going to make it easier for compatibility with exchanges, especially with custodial management. So running many different wallets with hundreds of accounts or even thousands of accounts, it will just be a lot smoother for integration with exchanges. So we're very proud of the progress we've made.
That's amazing. That's great news. We've talked a lot in these dev updates about the daemon. What can you tell me about how that's going?
As I said before, we've been focusing a lot on making testnet smoother. So there's been a lot of bug fixes and integration of new endpoints and making sure that people can configure their daemon to run in the format that fits their computer best. In addition to that, we're also trying to make the code a lot more readable and smoother to develop on. So we're actually beginning a major refactor of the daemon code. This is going to make it a lot easier for a lot of the new developers that we hired to work on it, as well as any potential new developers that join the project.
Can you tell me about some recent hires?
Yeah, so we brought on a PhD, Amori. He's actually working on a lot of the Aurum, so our consensus. As you saw on our Twitter, we've been very hard at work on that. So we're very proud of having him on the team and the work that he's contributing to the project.
Aurum is our novel confidential proof-of-stake consensus algorithm.
That's correct. As you know, back in April, we touched on that heavily. We are going to be using a dual mechanism, one for actually selecting a validator committee, which is based on confidential proof of stake. And then we're going to be running an Aleph Zero finality gadget on top of that.
I know the dev team's been doing a lot of work on documentation. Tell me a bit about that.
In addition to the refactor, we're also doing a lot of documentation of the code. This is going to serve as reference material for new hires and also for anyone who wants to contribute to the project. It'll also serve as a basis for building a lot more of the official documentation for the daemon code. So as you know, back in June or July, we released the developers.discreet.net, which serves an API and a description of the daemon code, as well as many other things. We're hoping to expand this a lot more as we enter more of 2023.
Thanks, Brandon. Before we wrap up, is there anything else going on with Discreet outside of the code base?
Yeah. So we're actually working on a rebrand right now. So this includes a redesign for the wallet, a redesign for all of our user interface, as well as the website. Once that all gets standardized, we're hoping that you guys like it.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Thanks so much, Brandon. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Take care.